Hey yo, this is Ezra of the Ezranomical Podcast, and today we'll be talking about the basics of tracking, part 1. And we'll talk about that right about now. Hey. Alrighty, fellas. So, since we're going over tracking, I brought in a moving file right over here, an MP4. Usually, you should bring an MOV, but for now, this works. This is fine. This is okay. But we actually need to convert this into a JPEG, a picture file. JPEG, EXR, TIFF, either one. Any of those are all right. But for personal preference, I'll just go with JPEG for today. So let's see here. We'll just go with more material. Yep. Let's call this doggo. There we go. And then you have to put in a dot. And then you have to put in, for the JPEG at least, this is for the JPEG only, the TIFFs, I'm pretty sure that's a different type of code. You have to write a different type of specific detail in there instead. But for the JPEG, it's a simple 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hashtags right there. 4 hashtags, and then a dot, and put in JPEG right in there. Or there you go. Save that. Quality should be bumped up. And then we'll render this right over here. We'll render what I have in input. And I'll be right back when this is done.
And voila, there we have it. Now with our footage properly converted into an image sequence, that's what we call it right over here, these two right over here become unnecessary. They become inert. We don't need these two things over here anymore. So we'll just delete that. And now moving on to our image sequence. Let me just make sure everything's nice and good. Yeah, everything seems nice and good. Let me just shorten it up a bit for the sake of this video. I don't want to be too long. Here we go. 120. There we go. Alright. Now, with this image sequence, we can move on to what we call this thing called the tracker node. Or it's just called the tracker right over here. So let's click this. Well, now we created that. We'll put that in here. And a bit about this node. Let me just tell you just a little bit about this node. I just want to let you guys know that tracking means following pixels from frame to frame, while also gathering their location on each frame. Now, tracking makes it possible to determine how much movement it's taking from place to place, from frame to frame. As Nuke processes this movement information, this allows you to either cancel that movement by nullifying it, which we call stabilization, or to transfer that movement to another element, which is called match moving. And for today, we're just going to be match moving. The short end of it will basically just be attaching some text to moving people and this single doggo right over here. Now, let's start by adding a track right over here in the tracker node, and turn these things on. This is for tracker, this is for rotating, and this S is for scaling. All these three things here, I like to have them all marked, all checked. You don't have to, because at least not for this. This doesn't look like there's going to be rotating or scaling or that much going on other than transforming. Transforming is all you'll need, but I like to have all three on just for the sake of, safetyness. Who knows? Maybe this woman might go sporadic and start growing huge out of nowhere, or maybe she'll rotate the entire planet because she's a reality warper. Who knows? But yeah, I'll just leave all that on right now. And let me look for that track that we just put in. There's that track. And for the first thing we'll be tracking is this doggo. You see this doggo right over here? Look at him. Look at this cute little doggo. This little pooch. This poochingus right over here. We'll put the tracker right over here. Now let me explain what this little box is. This anchor, this big box, and this bigger box. So this little single point right over here. Let me just tell you just this smidge of what I'm going to tell you right over here is that this tracker point, or this anchor point, what we call it, is a single point that collects the position data for the pattern box. This right over here being the pattern box. And the pattern box defines the group of pixels to follow from frame to frame. And this is interconnected with this box, known as the search box. Now, the search box defines where to look for when those pixels move to the next frame. So all this over here, they're all connected together. They're all right over here. You're moving everything. Right over here, this defines the pixels. And right over here, this determines which pixels are going to be in movement. And that's the essentials of it. And when you're tracking something, you always want to get something with some good detail, something with good contrast. So we got a bit of black, white, and this little grayish hue over here. Let's move that right over there. And I want this to process mainly the dog. Here we go. I guess it doesn't matter too much if it's processing some of that background right over there, because not too much is happening in that background anyways. It might get crazy if there was like something really weird, like there was a tiny little demon thing just dancing. Now that would be a little weird. It would make things go a little crazy at the track, but luckily it's just a plain, just plain concrete, just a plain sidewalk. And now let's move on by tracking it right over here. Almost made something there. So yeah, just hit this track button. Let's see if this is a good track or not. Hopefully this had enough detail. Look at it go. Look at that doggo. Look at that adorable dog. Oh my, look at it. It's staring at something. It's staring at something. And that something is my future. There it is. Look at it. Oh, it's going away. Oh, zip, somebody. Oh no, it's gone. Oh, that's a shame. That's a big shame. But there we go. Here we are. And from the looks of it, everything went well. Yeah, the track went pretty well. The track is steady. You can tell by just looking at this or looking at that right over here. Mainly this, because like you notice all these little gray marks right over here. That's a part of the track. That'll get in the way, so you can't really tell exactly. I guess you can tell if you saw one of these green marks go away like crazy, then you'll be able to tell. But it's a lot easier just by looking at this, and you can tell if the mark is there or not. But now with that being said, we have an excellent track, and now let's make us a match move. You have to export it out through here, through this tracker, and you have to hit the create button right there. And let's see here. Let's make this a little organized. Let's put that right there. There we go. There we go. There's that Transform-Matchmove. And we're going to be Transform-Matchmoving some text right over here. Let's slap that text on there. Here we go. And you connect through here. See, that's how you do it. And then let me change. Do you see this 10 right over here? Let's change that. Let's lower that to like a 3. Because if you have like too many, I don't want too much stuff in the way. Like I don't need my settings right now. My tracker, I don't think I need that right now. So we'll just leave it at 3. 3 at the maximum. If you have like 10 tabs all over the place, it's gonna be showing on the screen right over here. It's gonna be crazy. So let's just leave it at 3, and let's move on with the message. What am I gonna call this doggo? Oh, that's right. You know what? I already had the idea in mind. Poochingus. That will be its name right over here. Poochingus. What a glorious Poochingus. Look at it. And whenever you make these things, it's best to justify to the center. Right over here. Actually, even if you hit the center, it'll always be crazy somewhere. I believe the center is just here to help stabilize it as much as possible. But here we go. The text should be popping up. Oh, and the text is not popping up. You know why? You know what you guys did wrong? You know what I did wrong? Nothing, because we did nothing wrong. We just forgot to add this little merge right over here. See that? And when you add in the merge, always the B should always go to the background, our original plate right over here, our background. And the A should always go to the applications, what we're applying. And we're applying this text right over here. There we go. There we go, fellas. Pochingus. Look at this. Amazing. Let's move this a little up. I don't want to touch the dog. Pochingus. There we go. Look at this adorable little Pochingus. And get that merge out. And then, let's see here. Let's play around with the color. Alright, fellas. Use the color. There's no color. Then there's color. And what color I want? What color do I want? I want yellow. Let's go with yellow, fellas. There we go. As yellow as can be. It's a strong yellow. And let's enable those shadows. I want to see some shadows on this thing. There we go. Look at that. Look how much life the shadows bring to that. Now let's check here. Is the angle right? The shadows make sense. I mean, I guess they don't have to make sense because it's just on text. But you know, for the sake of this video, I want it to be consistent with the shading that's in the video. And from the looks of it, this looks alright. This looks okay. This looks fine. You can quote me on that if I'm wrong. And let's distance that. Yeah, ooh. That's too much distance, but let's move distance just a little bit. There you go. Look how much life there is. Now it's touching the dog, though. Is that alright? It's alright for the video, but it's not alright with me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be the big man here, and I'm going to move this just a tiny bit up. You can do that with this, or you can do it with this right over here. Your choice. This is a lot easier for me. So just move right up there. Just leave it right there. Pochingus. Pochingus. Ah, adorable Pochingus. Now then, let's hit play. Let's see if the text sticks as well as the track that was attached to it. And it sticks. Oh, what a glorious stick it is. Beautiful. And that's the dog. We got a little Pochingus. He looks sad on the inside, but he looks sad on the outside, but on the inside, he's having amazing thoughts right now. He's thinking about the apocalypse. He's thinking about your mother and how much care you give everybody. It's still full of surprises. That's all I'm gonna say. And now let's move on to another tracker. We're gonna track this person over here. This lovely person, whoever this person is. I'll track. That background's got a lot of colors, got a lot of contrast. We'll go with the backpack now. Now let's see here. Let's track that. First things first, gotta make a tracking node. It's a little repetitive, but that's the point. And we'll put that, well, sure, why not? We'll put it right over there. Hit Control, make this as organized as possible. Looks looking like a longer and longer rectangle. That's what it looks like it's coming out to. And that's fine, that's completely fine. Let me turn all that on. And let me look for my track. There's my track right over there. Let me put that on that backpack right over there. Let's look for an area of good contrast. And let's see here. Good Alright, here we go. Good contrast. Good contrast. Ooh, look at that light green and that dark green and the red, the brown. It's a smorgasbord right there. And yeah, the pattern box is getting all this is well defined, and all of this is determining the movement. Let's make it a little bit wider. There we go. That's what it's going to be determining right there. So we got our point, we got our pattern, and we got our movement determinator. Alright, now let's cross our fingers, fellas. Let's hope for the best. Let's pray that she makes it out of this alive. The track, I mean, not whoever this person is. Yeah! Okay, fellas. It's going to take 2 seconds. 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 15 seconds, a million seconds, 500 million seconds. It's going to take a whole minute. It's going to take 500 minutes. It's just going to take 2 seconds. All right, fellas? I swear. All right, I lied. There we go. 0 seconds. What'd I tell you, fellas? I never lie. Now then, let's check that track. That track looked pretty good from the start. Yeah, turn that off. No. Let's leave that on because we want to see the track. Looking good, looking good. Look at that. Oh, that red right there. Gets a little weird over here, a little weird over there, a little weird over here too. But it's all very brief. This is the one part that's a little concerning, but I'm pretty sure it's nothing. Because it's going to last for like less than a second. So it'll be like a millisecond. But if there is something wrong, let's fix it up. Let's see what's wrong. Okay. Yeah, it's looking okay. It's looking alright. Yeah, from what I can tell, everything's looking pretty okay. I don't know why I can't see it like fully going through, but you know, from the looks of it looks fine. And let's test this completely with another Transform-Matchmove and another text. Gotta hit the text node right over here. Here we go. Connect that. We'll name this beautiful person something worthy of her stature, her position, her hopes, her dreams, her future. I will accurately depict this person and describe it without hurting anyone's feelings. I'll put in the word schmuck, because that's what this person is, a total schmuck. I know this person. This person robbed me of my hopes, my dreams, my future. I know this person personally, actually, and that's why I was filming this person. But let's pull that schmuck in there. Pull in that schmuck. Let's put it right there in the backpack. Just stick it on the backpack like a sticky note. And to really seal the deal, to really see it, you have to put in the merge. Gotta combine it with the plate right over there. And there we go. Look at that schmuck. That filthy schmuck. Alright, now let's add that in there. Add that in there. That's looking okay. That's looking good to me. It's looking like a nice, it's a little crooked. There we go. Now that's looking a bit nicer. It's looking kind of nice. Yeah, that's looking nice. Alright, now let's look at the schmuck right over here. Let's look at this filthy schmuck. First off, let's see if it's going through. Is it following? Hey, it's following! And it's following pretty dang well. Surprisingly, despite the minor issues I was expecting. But now, let's move on with the color. I also want this to be a good yellow. Let's make this fast and yellow. Ah, yeah. Ah, yes. Yellow. Ah, yes. Now, let's go to the shadows. Add in some shadows. Do the thing with the angle. The angle should be good. Once I distance it, now the angle, now I can see where the angle's going. Now the angle's going there. See, there we go. Add in the distance. Be a little bit, just a smidge, there we go. Wait, there we go. And past the, why not make it the full one? And there we go. There we have it, fellas. Another schmuck in the room. Alrighty. So we got schmuck and we got Puchingus. Look at these two beautiful creatures. Oh, look at them. It never ceases to amaze me. One last thing. Let's go to one last track, and we'll track this woman over here. This evil alien. I know an alien when I see one, fellas, and this is it right over here. Yeah, don't be fooled by this appearance. It's an alien, I swear. Watch, the text says so. But let's make one last tracker right over here. Last one, fellas. I swear to God. I swear to God, this better be the last one. I swear to. There we go. Tracker right over there. Start from the beginning. Always start from the beginning. Turn on my rotates and my scales. And let's move that track. It's kind of hard. She's a little blurry. She's a little pixely. So I'll leave it at that. will determine the movement, especially the arms right over here. That'll definitely determine a lot of movement. I don't want to catch too much of that up right there. Actually, it's still, so I don't think it'll matter. The arm, though, that matters right there. That arm. You want to catch that arm because I know that's going to be moving. Okay, we got that. Pixels. I just want the pixels to be on her face. That's what we're defining here, her face. I'm pretty sure this is going to move everything, so thank God I have the search box large and in charge right there for me. And now, let's create the Transform-Matchmove. Just kidding, I lied. Who got tricked by that? That's right, you all did. I knew it. I can tell it by your silence. Alright, I'm omniscient. Hey! But now let's track it. Wow, she is beautiful. For an alien. I swear to God, you fellas, if you guys fell for the trap, then you fell for the trap. Oh, okay, so it gets in the way of this right over here. See, now this is where there's gonna be some issues. This is where we have to like do some pickups here, some fixes and some edits. Oh, it was tracking all the way to 497. It's supposed to track to 120 only. Yeah, you silly tracker, tracking everything. But let's see how the track goes for up until 120. Oh, I think the best way to show it is to create this Transform-Matchmove and throw in that text. Then we'll really get a good example here. And we'll really see if we made a mistake or not. So let's shove that in there. Shove it right in there, nice and tight. Okay, everything good there. Here's the text. We need another merge. I can tell just by looking. It's connected to the beat. Yes. Yes. And then we'll move that over here. Hit Control and make another extension right there. Look at that. Look at that. Nice and organized. Nice big fat rectangle-ish square. Alrighty. Now, for the text, let's call this person. Guys, I lied. It's not an alien. It's actually a veterinarian, and she's here to kill Puchingus. Fellas, we gotta stop her. We gotta do something about this. Puchingus is in trouble now. See that? She's eyeballing the dog. Yeah, I'm sorry to say this, fellas, but I think Puchingus' days is numbered. Alright, but, vet. And, where is it, by the way? Let me X all this out here. There we go. There we go. See, all those notes, they were getting in the way, and I couldn't even see where the text was. There we go. And that's why you should always limit it to, like, at least 3. You know, even lower sometimes. There we go. We'll put it right above her big, fat head. There we go. We got vet. I was kidding, fellas. She doesn't have a big fat head. She's a big fat brain because she's an alien. An alien veterinarian. I knew it. Alright, here we go. Pasty. Sure, why not? Distance that. Sure, why. Ooh, that's a little too dark, if you ask me. But for the video, it's alright, if you ask me. But for me personally, it's not alright. Therefore, it's wrong. Alright, now let's. Ooh-wee. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that where it's at. Yeah, that looks good. That looks pretty good. Alright, so we got a vet, we got a schmuck, and we got a Puchingus. What kind of wacky story is going to unfold here, fellas? Let's find out. Did you see it? That's right. If you look closely, she has a gun. I'm just kidding. She doesn't have a gun. Or am I? No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't have a gun. Unless you have a third eye, you won't even notice it. But yeah, we got a Schmuck, we got a Vet, and we got a Puccini's.
Alrighty, fellas, that's all I have for you for today. And let me know if you found this enjoyable, if you found this too boring, if you found this too slow. Just give me your opinions, your critiques. I openly welcome all of it. And don't forget, this is part 1. There's a part 2 coming in pretty soon. Just make sure you leave me some advice on how to improve for that part 2. It's coming. It's coming like in maybe 5 to 16 million years. It's coming, but it's definitely coming. That's all I can say. Alrighty, fellas, this is Ezra of the Ezranomical signing off. And until next time, stay creative. Bye.